The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most strategically important waterways on planet Earth. A narrow maritime corridor between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, yet it carries nearly 1/5 of the world's oil supply every single day. For Europe, this narrow stretch of water is not just geography, it's an economic lifeline. Any disruption here doesn't stay regional. Its ripples can be felt across global markets, affecting energy prices, and European economies feel the pinch almost instantly. Europe imports a significant share of its crude oil and liquefied natural gas from Gulf producers, including Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Qatar, and the UAE. Much of this energy must pass through the Strait of Hormuz before reaching international markets. Since the reduction of Russian energy supplies after the Ukraine war, Europe has become even more dependent on Middle Eastern shipments. This has increased the strategic importance of Hormuz for European energy security. At its narrowest point, the Strait of Hormuz is only about 33 kilometers wide, with shipping lanes just a few kilometers across. This makes it highly vulnerable to geopolitical tensions, naval confrontations, drone attacks, or even the threat of mines scattered throughout the waterway. When tensions rise, insurers increase premiums, shipping slows down, and energy markets react immediately. Oil prices spike first, followed by gas prices, and then inflationary pressure spreads across Europe. A disruption in the Strait of Hormuz would push energy prices sharply higher. For Europe, this means higher electricity costs, rising fuel prices, and increased manufacturing expenses. Industries such as chemicals, steel, transport, and aviation would face immediate cost pressures. Consumers would feel it through higher heating bills and rising food prices, since the majority of agriculture and logistics depends heavily on fuel. The consequences go beyond energy. Financial markets react quickly to supply risks. European stock markets typically fall when oil prices surge rapidly. Inflation could return just as central banks attempt to stabilize economies. Governments may be forced to reintroduce subsidies or emergency measures. Economic growth slows while public spending increases. This combination puts pressure on already stretched European budgets. Because the Strait of Hormuz affects global oil benchmarks, disruptions don't just impact Europe directly. They tighten global supply, forcing Europe to compete with Asia for alternative shipments. This bidding war raises prices further. Shipping routes may also be diverted, increasing transport time and cost. The result is a global shock with Europe among the most exposed regions. The Strait of Hormuz may appear small on the map, but its influence on Europe's economy is enormous. Stability in the corridor keeps energy flowing and markets calm. Disruption, even temporary, can trigger inflation, slow growth, and reshape geopolitical priorities. For Europe, the Strait of Hormuz is not just a shipping lane. It is a critical artery of economic stability in an increasingly uncertain world. You're watching Global Lens News.